Gentlemen, thank you very much. Appreciate it. First of all, Mick Mulvaney, do you agree with my assessment that this is going to matter in terms of what we hear Thursday from these two guys?
Yeah, a little bit, Chris. I think it probably matters more on the Democrat side than on the Republican side, because what's dividing Republicans right now is Trump, right? Look at the case, a race you didn't mention, which is the Bob Good race versus McGuire in Virginia. This is the chairman of the Freedom Caucus running against an outside challenger, and Trump has come out against Good. Good is losing. He's down by about 300 votes after the original count. There's probably going to be a recount. Trump is the issue there. Kevin McCarthy was also involved in the race, but it's really Trump versus non-Trump. In the Bowman case up in New York, it's about Palestine, and that's a little bit different. If Trump loses, you're right. Biden might try to make him look weak. But regardless of the outcome of the New York case, Trump is going to be able to look at Biden and go, which side of the Palestine issue are you on again? Because you've been on both sides. I see it a little bit different for both parties. Yeah, no, good. You should. So do I. Charlie, let's go back to that, the Bob Good race for a second, and then we'll talk about this one. Because Bob Good was for DeSantis, okay? And now it's about, does that price still get paid in blood at the polls in a primary? But it's offset by another equal aggravating factor, which is the guy he's running against, McGuire, is an election denier. So how do you handicap that in terms of the message it might send?
Well, who's up right now? Is it McGuire? 300? By about 300 or so? So, I mean, this has been a couple of days now, and I live in Detroit. We've been through the recounts, and it's probably going to be McGuire. So, at least up here, I want to say this, first of all, to your audience. I've been watching the news, too, and this is the type of time where I'm sick of it, the talking heads. I'm supposed to be on telling Virginia what's going on there. I don't know what's going on there, but a lot of what happens in Virginia and in White Plains, the Bronx, and Colorado mirrors what's going on here. So what I figure is McGuire wins it. You're going to have a Republican seat anyway. So by the time this is all said and done, who controls Congress? They're going to hold the seat. Now we got to look at the swing areas. That's what really matters to me and what is really mattering in Michigan and Colorado, et cetera.
Well, that is true in the general. But what this will tell us is, one, who's going to brag on Thursday night? Like, if Trump's guys, if he wins in this race, if he holds on to it, Trump is going to extend it to what we saw in other primaries and what's working around the country as strength of him. Now, to your point, Mick, this is an equal opposite point in New York. Bowman has had AOC all over him. It's an interesting gamble for her to go all in on Bowman like this in the squad. What does it mean to Joe Biden if Bowman wins? What does that enable? You had said earlier, which side of the issue are you on? I think it's more for Trump about scaring people about what a Jamal Bowman represents in terms of the kinds of policies Joe Biden will bring to the southern border and to issues of equity in society, no?
Yeah, it's a great question. I hadn't thought about it. You just mentioned it, and it has something to do with Michigan. If Bowman wins, it means that the anti-Israel wing of the party is stronger than everybody thinks. And the pro-Palestinian wing of the party is stronger than everybody thinks. And Biden's going to sit back and go, holy cow, I now have a problem in Michigan. Because we all know that the place where the Palestinian Americans have the largest impact on the outcome of this election in 2020, in November, is going to be in Michigan, to a lesser extent in Pennsylvania. So if Bowman wins, I think it does cause Biden some headaches in Michigan, because he might have to tack further to the left, further anti-Israel, in order to make sure he shores up that part of his base. Yeah,
Michigan, Charlie, how big a deal do you think in winning that race, in the presidential race, will be that issue?
I think, see, again, I'm from here, so I can speak plainly on that.
That's why I asked you.
It's very overstated. the Arab vote, the Dearborn vote, the Palestinian vote, the Arab vote in Michigan is less than 1%, right? People working in the auto industry, it's 15%. Even in, like Rashida Tlaib has Dearborn, but she's also got Detroit. She's got Southfield, which is a lot of conservative Jews, and then the working class white Catholics to the west. She's not popular. Bowman's not popular. He's got a better chance tonight of losing than winning. And remember this, everybody in Congress, you're less popular than colonoscopies, rickets, and gonorrhea. That's a real poll. So Bowman, do what we told you to do and go out there and do it. We didn't tell you to go out there and dance and cease fire. 15% of Westchester County is Jewish. What do you think you're doing, dude? I think with a well-organized and well-funded campaign, which he faced, he's more likely to go down tonight than he is to win.
Hey, thank you for watching. Please go to newsnationnow.com, newsnationnow.com, and you can find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button down below. Then you will get more of NewsNation's fact-driven coverage.